Did you know that placing the elephant statue the wrong way might be blocking your prosperity without you even realizing it? Most people think that just having an elephant at home is enough to attract luck and abundance, but if it's facing the wrong direction, that same symbol that should be opening your paths might actually be closing them silently. Very few people know this detail, and that's why today I'm going to show you the correct position, the mistakes you must avoid, and above all, the activation ritual that will turn your elephant into a true guardian of wealth and well-being in your home. Stay until the end, because a single correction can make the difference between feeling that money slips through your fingers or experiencing abundance naturally flowing toward you. Before we continue, I'd love to know your opinion. Do you have an elephant figure in your home, or have you thought about placing one? Write it in the comments and include the phrase, "I'm ready to attract abundance." By doing this, you'll be taking the first step to activate this powerful energy in your life. And if this topic already resonates with you, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more teachings and prosperity rituals. Also, share this video with someone who also needs to open their paths toward wealth and harmony. Now that you're ready to open your paths to prosperity, I want to share the story of someone who discovered, almost by chance, that the problem with her finances and the energy in her home was hidden in a small elephant statue. What's surprising is that once she moved it and activated it the right way, her life began to transform in ways she never imagined. Aurora had always been a woman dedicated to her family and her home. Over the years, she managed to build a peaceful life, but she felt that something was not fully flowing in her financial situation. Even though she did everything possible to save and improve, there was always an unexpected expense or an obstacle that set her back. One day, while rearranging some furniture in the living room, she noticed the small elephant statue she had placed years ago. A gift from a friend. It was beautiful, elegant, but for some time Aurora had felt that there was a strange energy in that part of the house, like a silent heaviness she couldn't explain. Intrigued, she decided to ask a neighbor who always spoke to her about a very wise man who knew ancient teachings from India, Buddhism, and Feng Shui. Although hesitant, Aurora agreed to visit him. When she arrived, the master welcomed her with a serene smile and asked her to tell him what she felt in her home. Aurora explained that despite all her efforts, prosperity seemed to slip through her hands and that even her house felt dim. The master listened in silence and then told her something she would never forget. Sometimes the secret is not in what you do outside, but in what you place inside your home. And a simple elephant can either open or close the path of your abundance. Aurora was astonished. She had never imagined that such a small figure could hold so much power. That's when the master explained the deep symbolism of the elephant, how in India it is honored as the god Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, how in Buddhism the white elephant is a symbol of purity and inner strength, and how in Feng Shui it is considered a silent guardian of prosperity. But what impressed Aurora the most was what she heard next. That most people place their elephant incorrectly, and instead of attracting abundance, they are actually pushing it away from their homes without realizing it. Aurora listened attentively to every word of the master, and, although at first she doubted that a simple figure could have so much power, she decided to trust his guidance. With a simple gesture, she moved her elephant exactly as he had explained and placed a small intention in her heart as she did so. Shortly after, she noticed something surprising. The atmosphere in her home began to feel lighter, as if that silent heaviness had lifted. Her mood improved, and almost unexpectedly, she received a call with good financial news she had been waiting for. An old client, whom she no longer counted on, decided to pay off a long overdue debt, and that money arrived at the very moment she needed it most. For Aurora, this was no coincidence. It was the confirmation that something as simple as moving a symbol with the right intention could open the doors to new opportunities. And the most exciting part is that what she discovered, you can also apply in your own home, because according to Feng Shui, the elephant is not just a decorative figure, it is a guardian of energy, and depending on the direction in which you place it, it can become a magnet for prosperity or the silent reason why abundance slips away from your life. In Feng Shui, nothing inside the home is placed at random. Every object plays a role in the flow of energy, and the elephant is one of the most powerful symbols. When you place it facing inward, toward the inside of the house, its energy becomes an invitation. It opens the door to prosperity, harmony, and opportunities. It's as if it were saying, "Come in and stay here." But if you place it facing outward, the message changes completely. In that position, the elephant acts as a guardian and protector, but at the same time, it may be sending abundance outward, the abundance that should remain with you. It's as if you were showing wealth the exit without even realizing it. That's why direction is so important, because it determines whether the energy stays by your side or passes you by. Aurora understood this detail when the master explained it to her, and that was when her life began to align with abundance. And now that you know this secret, you too can begin to transform your home into a space that invites prosperity to stay with you. But pay close attention, because this is only the first key. There are other details about the elephant that almost no one knows, and they can make the difference between attracting wealth or losing it silently. That is what I'm going to reveal to you next. In Feng Shui, there is a very special area in every home, the wealth corner. And although hardly anyone knows it, this space is essential for opening the flow of prosperity. According to the Bagua map, the southeast of the home represents abundance, growth, and the ability to receive. It's like a natural magnet that, if activated correctly, attracts opportunities and wealth. Placing your elephant in this corner is no coincidence. It's like planting a flag that tells the universe, this is where I want prosperity to arrive. Now, it's not enough to just leave the figure there and forget about it. The space must be clean, bright, and full of life. You can add a lamp or let sunlight enter, place a green plant to symbolize growth, or even add a small object that moves gently with the air, such as a mobile or a wind chime. The elephant doesn't need luxuries or exaggerated decorations. What truly activates it is the intention and the atmosphere around it. Think of it as a guardian that needs a worthy space to fulfill its mission. And if you place it in the southeast, elevated on a table or shelf, facing inward into your home, you will be creating a true point of attraction for abundance. But here comes the most interesting part, because beyond location, there is a detail about the elephant that many people overlook, and it can completely change the type of energy it attracts into your life. That detail is found in its trunk. And before I reveal it, I'd like to invite you to share in the comments. Do you have an elephant figure in your home? Write it along with the phrase, "The elephant brings luck and abundance into my life." This way, you reinforce your intention and actively participate in this prosperity energy. Also, if this knowledge is valuable to you, give this video a like and share it so that more people can discover how to transform their home into a magnet for wealth. And now, let's talk about the elephant's trunk, because its position holds a secret that almost no one knows. At first glance, it may seem like an unimportant detail, but in Feng Shui and in ancient traditions, the elephant's trunk is like a silent language that speaks directly to the energy of your home. When the trunk is raised upward, the message is clear: expansion, openness, and new opportunities. It's like a river flowing toward you, bringing fresh abundance and allowing new blessings to enter. It is also said to act like an antenna connected to the universe, ready to capture and attract prosperity. If what you seek is to open new paths, start projects, or make a positive turn in your life, this is the elephant that best reflects your intention. On the other hand, when the trunk is pointing downward, far from being negative, it represents stability, protection, and preservation. Imagine strong roots holding up a great tree. That is the energy it transmits. It is the quiet strength of someone who wants to protect what they already have, maintain abundance in their home, and make it last over time. This is perfect for those who value security and continuity more than change. The most important thing is not which one you choose, but that you do it with clarity. Ask yourself, am I in a stage of my life where I need to open myself to new opportunities? Or do I prefer to preserve and strengthen what I have already built? The answer will determine which elephant you need by your side. Aurora, for example, realized that at that moment in her life she needed to open new doors, and that's why she chose an elephant with its trunk raised. From that point on, she felt as if the opportunities that once seemed closed began to flow more easily. And remember, the elephant is not just a decoration. Its trunk is a silent guide that, when chosen with intention, becomes a reflection of your own path to abundance. But there is still something very important missing, because in addition to the direction and the trunk, the material of which the statue is made can either enhance or weaken its energy. And that is something very few people know. The material of the elephant statue is not a minor detail. On the contrary, it can strengthen its energy or weaken it depending on what it represents and what you need in your life. For example, a wooden elephant symbolizes growth, vitality, and new beginnings. It is ideal for those who want to open paths, start projects, or attract fresh opportunities. A metal elephant, whether bronze or brass, provides stability, strength, and financial protection. It is perfect for times when you need to feel secure in your finances and remain firm in the face of challenges. If your elephant is made of jade or green stone, then we are talking about a deeper level, spiritual and material wealth together. Jade has been considered for centuries a symbol of elevated abundance, not only of money but also of peace and lasting well-being. Meanwhile, a ceramic or porcelain elephant reflects adaptability, light energy, and flexibility. It is ideal for those who want prosperity to flow without rigidity, adapting gracefully to life's changes. Each material carries a message, and the most important thing is to choose the one that resonates with you. Ask yourself, what do I need most at this moment in my life? Growth, stability, spiritual abundance, or lightness on the path? The answer will determine the material that will best accompany you. And while the material can enhance the energy, there is something that can completely block it. Common mistakes that many people make without realizing it, turning the elephant into an empty ornament instead of a guardian of prosperity. Even though the elephant is a very powerful symbol, there are certain mistakes that can completely cancel out its effect, and surprisingly, most people make them unknowingly. The first is placing it directly in front of a window without protection. It may seem logical, the window lets in light and air, but in reality, that position causes the prosperity that should remain with you to escape outside, as if the wind were carrying away the blessings you so eagerly await. It's like putting a container under a running faucet, but with a hole at the bottom. Abundance enters, but it never accumulates. The second mistake is placing the elephant directly on the floor. Imagine a guardian sitting in the dust without strength or dignity. That position stagnates the energy, makes it heavy, and the elephant loses its ability to protect and attract prosperity. That is why it should always be elevated on a table, shelf, or stand. By giving it a dignified place, you are reminding it of its role as guardian of your wealth. Another detail that few people know, constantly moving the elephant from place to place is also a mistake. Every time you move it without intention, the energy becomes confused and weakened, as if the guardian were losing its position. The best choice is to give it a fixed space, honor it there, and only move it if you truly wish to renew its energy with a clear purpose. And lastly, a mistake many are unaware of, keeping a broken or damaged elephant. A cracked statue reflects fragmented energy, like a broken mirror that distorts what it reflects. That vibration, instead of attracting prosperity, transmits lack and energy leaks. If your elephant breaks, the most recommended action is to thank it for the time it was with you and retire it respectfully. Some people prefer to bury it in the earth or return it to nature so that the energy can be renewed. These details may seem small, but they make the difference between having a simple ornament and a true amulet of prosperity. And the most exciting part is that even if you already have an elephant in your home, there is still a way to multiply its power and transform the energy of your home in a surprising way with a simple daily activation ritual that I'm going to teach you right now. The most important moment has arrived, the activation ritual for your elephant. A simple ritual, but with the power to transform the energy of your home and open the doors to prosperity. The first step is to choose the right place, you already know, elevated, facing inward into your home, and if possible, in the southeast corner. Once you place it there, take a moment to observe it and feel it as something more than a statue. It is your guardian of abundance. The second step is to cleanse it with intention. You can use a soft cloth slightly dampened, and as you do, imagine that you are removing any past or stagnant energy. If you wish, add a few drops of salted water or pass incense smoke over it to reinforce the cleansing. Then comes the activation with words. Gently place your hands on the elephant and speak an affirmation clearly. For example, I activate your energy so that abundance may enter and remain in my home. The exact words don't matter. It's the faith and conviction behind them that truly count. To enhance this ritual even further, you can add symbolic elements. Light a white candle as a sign of light and clarity, or apply a drop of essential oil such as cinnamon, orange, or rosemary to attract prosperity. These details are not mandatory, but they reinforce the intention. And lastly, Dedicate a few seconds each day to look at your elephant and mentally repeat an affirmation of abundance. It can be something as simple as prosperity flows into my life. That small daily gesture is like watering a plant. It keeps the energy alive and active. This ritual is very powerful on its own, and if you apply it consistently, you will notice how your home fills with lightness, peace, and new opportunities. But remember something fundamental. The true secret does not lie in the object, but in the intention you put into it every day. The elephant is only a reflection of your faith and your decision to open yourself to prosperity. And if you want to take this energy even further, there are additional tips that very few people know, which can multiply the power of your elephant. One of them is the double layer method. It consists of placing 2 elephants facing outward at the entrance of your home, as guardians that protect your household and drive away negative energies, and at the same time placing 2 other elephants facing inward inside your home to invite prosperity to enter and remain. This way, you balance defense with reception, achieving much more powerful energy. Another tip is to keep your wealth corner alive. Do not let dust or clutter accumulate around the elephant. A shining figure in a clean and well-kept space reflects abundance, while a neglected corner transmits blockage and stagnation. You can also reinforce the energy of your elephant with complementary prosperity symbols such as a jade plant, a small bowl with coins, or a citron quartz crystal. When these objects are placed near the elephant, they amplify its energy and create an even stronger field of attraction. And remember, the ritual you learned is already powerful on its own, but if you also apply these tips, the impact will be even more visible, because every little detail counts, and when you add them all together, you are creating a solid path toward the abundance you desire. Every detail, no matter how small it may seem, is a seed that can open the way to abundance. And the most beautiful thing is that it is never too late to begin. Each day brings with it a new opportunity to invite prosperity into your life. Imagine your elephant as a silent guardian that opens the way to new opportunities, while you give permission for wealth to flow and remain with you. And now I want to hear from you. Which of these tips do you feel you most need to apply in your life right now? Write it in the comments and accompany it with the phrase, "My elephant attracts abundance and protects my home." That written declaration reinforces your intention and connects your energy with the abundance you are seeking. If this video has inspired you, give me a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the next rituals and teachings I will share with you. And don't forget to share this video with family and friends who also wish to open their paths to wealth and harmony. Thank you with all my heart for accompanying me this far. Prosperity is already knocking at your door, and this is only the beginning of a path full of blessings. See you in the next video. See you soon.